For 35 years, I've been searching for the Holy Grail, trying to find a systematic way to beat the market. I've found some wonderful strategies, but I've not been able to find that idealized killer strategy, the one that works in all conditions without drawdowns for years and years. And as far as I know, I don't think anyone else has either. But what I found searching for the Holy Grail was something that was much, much more valuable. I would even say transformational. This is a story about how my search evolved and how what I found could transform the business of fund management. Okay, it does sound pretty dramatic, but I'll let you be the judge of it. So, what does systematic investing mean to me? It means building an edge and repeating it consistently. So it could be an algorithm that exclusively picks what you buy and sell, or it could be a productive framework within which you are able to make repeatable discretionary calls. Those are the kinds of systems that I've been building over the past 35 years. Always hands-on, cleaning data, coding strategies, building portfolios, and trading them. To give you some context on how my search evolved, I'd like to share with you a list of my significant works. I came into systematic investing following a 6-year career in civil engineering, specializing in the design and construction of highways and bridges. It all started with a summer project for Bank of America during my MBA. It followed on with the gloriously innovative Salomon Brothers, the investment bank, at a time when proprietary trading was rampant. Pretty much every project I worked on there was either a first or one of the first. It then followed on while I ran a hedge fund for several years, traded a couple of allocations with Brevan Howard, the hedge fund, and also shared my expertise and set up strategies for Aberdeen and PGIM, the global asset managers. As it turns out, I have an interesting eyewitness account of the history of systematic investing, pretty much from the time it took off in the late 80s, which I'll share with you in a separate video. Over time, as you can imagine, I've accumulated a vast array of strategies and capabilities. As a fund creator, I have the degrees of freedom to create virtually thousands of potential funds. Degrees of freedom like what geography, what strategy, what asset class, what risk control, and so on. Yet, if I wanted to share my expertise with investors, I'll have to pick an idea, launch it as a fund, and hope that it had the widest appeal. All of these capabilities, and yet just one fund proposition. Imagine a world where I can share my degrees of freedom with investors so that they can create the fund that suits them best. A world where they can interactively create and trade a vast array of rule-based strategies using the underlying securities. Investment-grade customization ranging from the most mundane beta strategies to the most sophisticated hedge fund strategies. That, in effect, was the technology I'd found while searching for the Holy Grail. What I presented to you in the first person is actually a universal condition that applies to all fund managers out there. We possess much greater capability than we are able to provide through traditional fund management. This structural limitation means that fund managers are not able to provide their wider resources, and investors are not able to benefit from those wider resources. Wouldn't it be great if we had the capacity to be able to serve investors better in this way? Wouldn't it profoundly add value to investors? That, in effect, is what I've sought to do by encapsulating this technology with the necessary process in order to create a company called Smart Risk Alpha. In essence, Smart Risk Alpha offers independent tradable research. Independent because we are indifferent as to what the investor buys. Instead, we enable investors to be able to create and trade strategies that suit them best. So strategies could be long only and long short, factor, ESG or thematic, alpha, risk premium or beta, equities, fixed income, currencies or commodities, although initially it'll be equities. Currently, we have a highly scalable cloud-based technology platform that enables investors to be able to aggregate and allocate to over 3,000 rule-based global strategies. Our differentiation is this. By working with the granularity that underlying securities offer, SmartRisk Alpha is not limited by the sophistication it can provide through its strategies. SmartRisk Alpha offers many advantages, which I will elaborate on separate videos. But here I'd like to touch on the advantage that resonates the most, and it's this. For example, instead of trying to make a case for a fund that we may have launched, say, 3 years ago, that was very relevant then but not so relevant today, we are able to focus on providing the resources to investors so that they can create the most optimal investment solution today. This increased level of alignment of interest is a huge shift. It enables us to work with each investor to create a bespoke investment environment so that they can be most productive in their own way. So what's my ambition today? It's not to find that killer strategy anymore. It is to create the best interactive investment process so that investors can find killer strategies. Not the kind of killer strategy that I aimed for, but ones that optimally complement their existing holdings and their ambitions. Our main focus currently is investment solutions for institutional investors. We are aiming to work with a handful of supportive institutional investors to tailor our system to be productive to them. The truth is, this technology is applicable to 5 more markets, each of them greater than $1 trillion, covering investors ranging from retail to investment professionals. These markets are ETF creation, model portfolio service, ESG integration, fund creation, and robo-investing. But currently we don't have the bandwidth to serve them. But we have 3 options to make this technology available in those markets. And they are grow the team, strategic partnerships, or VC funding, all of which are under consideration. SmartRisk Alpha is built on the notion that if you want to do something special like beat the market, you need to be different, you need to be better, and you need to be systematic. So it is designed for those who want to stand out from the crowd, perform better than the crowd, and to do it repeatedly. The purpose of this video is to start a conversation about creating an investor-centric investment process of the future. An investment process that we believe will be the norm in, say, 5 years. It'll be great to know what you think, and if you have any helpful comments or advice, we'll be grateful to receive them. For my part, over the next few weeks, I'll be setting out how investors can seek to leverage this technology in order to do something special in their own way.